So, um, speaking of the port city of Mariupol, it's basically gone. It's lost. As far as everyone can tell, with an exception of that steel plant, pretty much everything is under the Russian control. So this was a very important city for the Russians, and they absolutely. You saw how um, diligent they were in taking it. They took force, basically took forces away from the capital and diverted all of them towards the south in order to take the city. So, because the last thing he wanted was an insurgency in the city of Mariupol, and that would have dragged on for weeks, if not months. So, at this point, with the exception of the steel plant, pretty much everything is under the Russian control. And what this does, it creates this corridor from the Russian Federation going all the way into Crimea. So he needed this corridor, specifically the city of Mariupol, the port city. It's vital to Ukraine. It's going to be vital to the Russians. At this point, they can supply whatever they needed to supply from that port city. So bring in their ammunition and all provisions through there. So it's an extremely important part of this invasion as far as the Russians are concerned. And it's very sad to see that so many people were not just pushed out of there, but right now the total of killed are not even known at this point, because they're the satellites showing all sorts of mass graves in that area, um, and a lot of the intel coming out of there is it's pretty grim. So um, there's roughly around a couple of thousand people in the steel plant itself, the Azov steel plant. It's I think it's a matter of time, because what they have done is they have surrounded that whole steel plant so nothing can get in and out. If you watch the news, then you might have seen that few weeks ago, a couple of weeks ago, Putin had decided to go in and assault these, just conduct a brutal assault and try to wipe them out. But for some reason, I think tactical reason, I think he was told to not do that, because he didn't realize it was like 2,000 or so people within the steel plant itself, and it would take forever to get in and out of that area and get into an asymmetric warfare with the Ukrainians in the steel plant. So at this stage, it's pretty much, I think the whole city of Marypol is in Russian control. With that, as I said, the exception is the steel plant. After this, I personally believe that he would move towards the port city of Odessa, which is another prize for him. It's a grand prize for him to have that city. This is the historic city of Odessa. It's a beautiful, beautiful city right at the port there in the Black Sea. He is probably going to start his bombing campaign from the Black Sea itself, trying to push people out of there. So that's going to be the Russians' next move, once they have completely taken over Mariupol and they have declared that a basic victory at that point. So it's a matter of probably a week or so before, I feel, maybe even sooner, that the Ukrainians would give up, because what would happen is they would run out of provisions, they would run out of ammunition, they would run out of food, and some of them have their family members in the steel plant with them, the soldiers, which is just a tragedy in the when you look at it, just all these family members with their soldiers, with the soldiers fighting in there. So it, moving into moving towards Odessa is what the Russians are planning to do, as far as my assessment goes. Now we have yet to see, but since he had withdrawn all his troops from the capital, I personally felt that he was saving the capital for the very last. That way, what he could do at that point is um, threaten chemical warfare or something to that effect to basically get everyone out of the capital and take it over. And that would be the last battle from my assessment. And of course, I could be wrong because this is just something that I look at independently on my own to see what his next moves are. So this, after Mariupol, he's going to focus directly into the port city of Odessa and try to start the campaign as soon as the steel plant is done in Mariupol. We have yet to see, but this is basically very tragic to see all the people lost that got killed during the siege of Marypol. So the city is surrounded. He has it in control. He, meaning Putin, and I don't think he's gonna back out of that or let it go at any rate from this point on. So we have yet to see what the next area is, but my prediction is that he would move towards the port city of Odessa.